Hi everyone, welcome back to Yoga Magnificat with Mathia, and I have for you today a chair yoga class which is done seated and standing with the support of a chair. So for this class, grab a sturdy chair, preferably with no arms so you have freedom to move around. You might want a mat. You don't have to have one, but it's good for preventing slippage. I would recommend doing this without socks, especially if you're doing it on a hardwood surface or a tile or anything that's not carpeted, just for safety as well, because you need grip underneath your feet to be able to feel the poses and your own stability. So this class is perfect for beginners, perfect for people who have never ever done yoga before or are a little bit apprehensive about using their hands and knees to get up and down off the floor. So we won't be doing any of that. We will be doing all of our poses seated on the chair, which are pretty much modified versions of the ones we do on the floor, and then standing, where we will place that chair at the top of the mat and use it as an option for hands and balance, whether or not you need to use it or not. So go ahead and get yourself set up. You might want a yoga strap. So I use an actual strap that's fairly long, about maybe my arm's length or a little bit longer. You can use an old belt or a tie and just set it behind you for now, because we won't be using it until probably the end of class. So as we begin, come have a seat with me. Place your back against the chair and feel free to let your feet move forward. And then from here, just spend a few minutes letting your body relax. Allow your shoulders to rest and feel the back of your chair. Feel your back muscles and spine slacken. Feel the softness entering down into the legs, the seat, the lower limbs. And then see if you can just allow yourself to sink into your seat and begin to breathe. Perhaps close the eyes, breathing in through the nose. Take a deep, full breath in. When you reach the top, take a pause before slowly letting the air back out. At the very bottom, again pause before filling up ever so slowly. With each breath, see if you can slow down your breath and fill up a little fuller than before. Let this be your time to slow everything down. Remind yourself this is your moment, and there's nothing for you to do or fulfill, no deadlines, and nothing to really achieve here than to just let go. For some of you who have been practicing or have practiced this before, it may come back naturally to you. And for those of you who are new to sitting still and breathing, your mind, you may find it still very busy and hard to calm down. If that's you, don't worry. Just bring your thoughts back to your breath. The long, full inhale. Think about the quality of your breath and how it feels, and then followed by a very slow exhale. Again, noticing the sensations of the breath leaving the body. And then again, setting yourself a rhythm, breathing in, noticing, experiencing, and exhaling the exact same way, all the way back to the bottom. Notice how your muscles feel in your body, maybe even doing a full body scan, starting at the top of your head, relaxing all the muscles in your forehead, around the eyes, cheeks, around the mouth. Let your jaw become relaxed. And then continue scanning your body all the way down for areas you might be holding tension. Practicing letting go from each part of the body to the very bottom of your feet to your toes. And then just notice how you feel sitting here quietly with your breath, with your body, with your mind, united together for this practice. Let's begin by opening the eyes softly. I'm going to invite you to scoot forward a little bit so that your back is no longer on your seat. You want to be independent from your chair so that you can begin to cinch up your core. So begin by placing your hands on your belly. Breathe in to inflate the belly. And as you exhale, notice how your belly is pushing the air out and your belly button is moving back towards your spine. Let's do that again. Inhale and inflate through the belly. Feel the hands expand outwards. As you exhale, feel the muscles of your abdomen pushing the air out and moving back. Now find that contraction in your abdominals and hold it here. See if you can keep that contraction while allowing your breath to move freely in. And exhale, feeling that extra crunch in your abdominals as you continue breathing out. Keep holding your abdominals. Inhale. Exhale. Feeling that contraction. Still, last time. Inhale, hold that contraction. Exhale, pull that belly button back just a little more. And release. So, did you feel your abdominals? Mine are feeling a little sore already. So that's how you know you're starting to work your abdominals. So we're going to use that throughout our practice today. So let's sit up nice and tall. We're going to begin with some warm-ups. So let's take the hands out in front, just like you're holding a platter. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, turn and offer the platter to the right. Inhale, bring the platter forward. Exhale, bring the platter to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. As you twist to the side and you're exhaling, feel your abdominals pulling back towards your spine again. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. This time, come back through center. Inhale. Sweep the arms up and back to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep the arms. Look up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands to the heart center. We'll press those palms forward like you're pushing a window open to greet the day. Press your palms to either side of your room, to either wall, and then flip your fingertips to the sky. Heel of your palms are pushing away from each other. Take another inhale. Feel that stretch underneath your forearms and your wrist, and bring the hands back together. This time, bring the arms to cactus, so right elbows around, right ankles at the elbows. Take a deep breath, sit up tall. As you exhale, bring your belly button back, as well as your elbows, shoulders. Look up a little bit. Inhale, shoot the arms up, and bring the hands to heart. Let's come forward for a little forward bend. Sweep the arms up, hands to the heart. Hinge from your hips, so keep your back flat. Try not to curl into this. Bring your tummy towards your thighs, and then bring your hands down to your shins. Walk yourself down until your hands either touch your feet or maybe hold on to your shins if you can't reach. If you have a telephone book or a block, you can place it right between your feet so you have a little bit more height. And once you're comfortable, let yourself lay over your thighs. Curl forward, let your head drop. Shoulders relaxed. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Last time, exhale. Inhale, hands on your shins. Bring yourself up about 45 degrees, I'd say. So like a nice halfway up. So press your hands into your shins, roll your shoulders back, and shoot the crown of your head forward. Exhale, bring your tummy back towards your spine. Bring your hands to your thighs and assist your way all the way up. So everything is stacking, head over your heart, heart over your pelvis. So let's begin with a little bit more movement here. So take the hands onto your kneecaps. We're going to hinge forward again, so hinging around your hips and your waist. Again, try not to curl into it by reaching forward with your shoulders and your head. You want to bring the center of your chest forward, almost like your spine is a nice straight rod from your tailbone up to your head, and you're just angling forward. You're going to stop here. We're going to bring the chest down. You're going to arch your back, hollow it out, and then press into your hands. You're going to push your upper back towards kind of the ceiling, kind of to the wall behind you. Tuck your chin in. Inhale, come forward. Drop your chest, arch your back, shoulders away from the ears. So we're doing what we call little cat-cows here, but we're just kind of moving through it. So bring your back towards the wall behind, and then come forward, chest forward, shoulders back. So if you're looking at me from the side, you'll notice that my back is curved like a bowl. It's empty. And then the reverse is pushing that, arching that back like a Halloween cat. So now my back is like a hump. And then come forward, hollowing out the back. And then pushing it forward. So the hands forward, the head down. And coming forward, chest down, shoulders back. And then bring it forward. So this is also really good if you've been working all day and very stiff in your chair. And then roll those shoulders. And take a few moments here just to roll the shoulders back. Breathing in. Exhaling. Breathing in. And exhaling. Let's go forward, rolling the shoulders. Inhaling for a few rolls. And exhaling. Again, following that same pattern. All right, let's come back down to a seated position. Widen your feet just a little bit so you have a nice wide base. And then place your right hand underneath your chair. I like to grip. You can see my hand here gripping the bottom of my seat. If you can't, then just hold on to the edge of your chair that you're sitting on. And then from here, take the left hand off to the side. Take it over to the right and keep your sit bones even on the chair. Try not to lift the left side up. Let yourself take that side bend, look up to the sky, take a deep breath in. Deep breath out, holding it. Inhaling. Get that really nice openness through the obliques, underneath the arm, down to the hip. There's a lot going on here. These side bends are really lovely, especially if you're feeling stiff or you've not moved a whole lot and need some stretching. Let's come all the way up. And then bring the left hand to the bottom of the chair. Right hand comes to the side, over to the left. Inhale. Maybe look up. Exhale, relax your shoulders. Try not to keep them up to your ears. Again, both sit bones should be glued evenly to your seat and not lifting off and taking the side bend, taking your body with you. Breathing in, expand. Exhale, try to soften. Inhale, come all the way up. Now we're going to do a little bit more warming up for the obliques. So we're going to widen those feet out just a little bit more. And we're going to start by taking the arms out to a T. Now keep your feet grounded. Don't let yourself just kind of hang out like this and think you're only doing the upper body. Try to sit up tall, bring your core back, press your feet into the floor slightly so you're feeling a little bit of activation through your heels and the soles of your feet, and then arms are out. Now from here, use your core and your legs. Don't use your hands and your arms. So it's not that you're actively reaching using too much of your upper body, but I want you to think about shifting weight from one foot to the other to create the side to side movement. So in order to reach, you have to push off with the opposite leg. So if you're reaching to the left, it's the right foot that gives a little bit of a push. And so here we're warming up the legs as well as the obliques, giving a little warmth through those muscles. And you can take your reach a little or a lot. You don't have to reach as far as this. You can kind of take a little sway, a little side to side, or you can reach as much as you like. The further you go, the more you're going to have to recruit these oblique muscles to help you back up. So if you're not quite warmed up and you're feeling a little stiff in your back, I really do encourage you to take it a little bit smaller in the movement. Okay, so there's a lot of variations available for everyone. All right, now let's stop here, coming back to center. Let's bring those knees back into space so you can use your hands to kind of block them back, sit up nice and tall, and just open through those inner thighs and external rotators of the hips. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your core in. So don't forget about your core. Let it be something that you're always engaging wherever you're sitting tall. It helps with your posture as well and your spinal strength. Let's take one more big breath in. Big breath out. We're going to warm up those obliques some more, give them a little bit more strength as well. So what we're going to do is bring the hands, the fingers tented together, kind of like you're forming a little ball. Okay, so then from here, bring your elbows out wide, core is drawn in. So we're going to lean forward a little bit, keep those knees wide, and then we're just going to bring the opposite elbow to the other knee. We're not going to actually touch it. I can't touch it, it's much too far in this position. But I'm going to rotate as much as I can to the right, looking past my shoulder even if possible, and then going again, right elbow towards left knee. And again, I'm just accentuating the idea that we're going towards but not touching, so don't strain yourself to actually connect knee to elbow. It's just a direction cue so that your mind goes, okay, I'm supposed to twist a little bit and bring that opposite elbow to knee, that direction. Keep your core tight. And then we're going to go a little bit faster. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Keep that core squeezing back. You got this. Woo! It's starting to get a little bit warm here, but it's a really hot day. Today is it's Friday. It is very, very hot, but I will be posting this next week, so hopefully it'll be cooler when you do this. Oh, but if you're too cold, you can remember how hot it was on Thursday and Friday. All right, a couple more. You've got this. Woo. And last one, come all the way to center, sit up tall gradually, and feel free to grab a drink of water. At any time to pause. I don't usually stop to cue water breaks. I kind of rely on you to go and have your water. When you can always hit pause as well. Now we've done a little warm up for the core. We're going to do some warm ups for those shoulders. So let's take those hands to goalpost arms. We're going to just warm up those rotator cuffs. So bring your hands forward, keeping a 90 degree at your elbow. So notice how I'm trying to keep them like goalposts. And I'm just bringing them forward and bringing them up. And notice that I'm keeping my elbows in place. I'm not kind of bringing them up and down, right? I'm keeping the elbow points glued right here and just pivoting forward. So just continue trying to keep your shoulders and elbows in line and your hands above your elbows as you gently press the air back and press it down. Now, if you have the range of motion, see if you can press your hands further back past your head. And if you have the range of motion, see if you can press your hands down, kind of like a marionette. You may not get all the way down here. Maybe that's a little too hard. If your shoulders are popping up, maybe consider coming back up. Okay, you don't want to have your shoulders all the way up to your ears. You just want to be able to move and test your range of motion. Good, do a couple more like this. It's a very small movement, but after doing it for a little while, you're going to notice a little heat building up in your shoulders. It's too much, you can always take a break, press pause, or just wait for the next movement. It's no worries. You go at your own pace, you do what you can, and just be happy with what you can do and try again. Maybe next time and see if you can do a little more. It's all about the journey, the growth. No one gets to where they want to be right at the beginning, right? So let's enjoy this movement. Enjoy that strength that's building in those shoulders. Yowza. Whew. All right, let's take a breather. Bend those arms down, roll those shoulders out, give them a great big circle. Maybe involve those elbows like you're trying to get people who are standing too close to you away in the day of COVID-19. That's how we are now, right? No longer so friendly. So switch directions, bring the elbows forward. Really bring those elbows in front of your face and bring them out like you're just trying to stretch out those shoulders. All right, and bring it down. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit more arm work before we stretch it out completely. So let's take Let's take the arms out to the sides with the palms facing up. So again, your core is strong when you're doing this. Bring the arms up. Now flip your hands. I know you can't see them. Now you're going to flip them forward, and you'll bring them back down to goalpost arms, but this time extend them out and bring your elbows in. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Press your arms up, and now bring your hands together, so thumb to thumb at the top, and then open, elbows squeeze in, push them straight, thumbs to thumbs, and again, squeeze those elbows in, out, and up. Good. So it's a broad movement. You're recruiting some of your bigger muscles. Bringing your arms up kind of requires your lats and shoulders. Squeeze. So you may not feel a whole lot because those are big muscle groups that can handle a lot of weight. If you want to make it harder, I advise you go a lot slower. So I'm going to slow it down. Just for those of you who want an extra challenge, you're going to double time how slow you were going before, making it iceberg slow. And then maybe you'll feel the activation in your arms just a little bit more. I sure do by slowing it down. Last one. From here, flip the palms, bring your fingertips towards your shoulders, squeeze, bring them out. Again, arms stay at shoulder height. If you can't handle keeping the arms up, feel free to lower your arms down so your elbow starts around here, but you're opening and staying in the same place. Try not to wobble around too much. I know it's hard when you don't have a mirror at home. Just try your best, keep those shoulders back and down into your body rather than hunching, okay? Keep squeezing. Those shoulders are probably getting really warm. Good. And then from here, drop those arms, roll out those shoulders. Give yourself maybe an alternating shoulder roll. Sometimes that's really nice because it also works into your pectorals and any adjacent muscle groups, and then go the other way. So it's kind of like you're cycling one shoulder forward and the other. And let's give it a nice stretch. So let's take the right arm over across the body. Take your other arm and put it underneath that tricep and squeeze it into your chest as close as you can. Take a deep breath in, sit up tall. And exhale. I don't know if you've ever thought about this, but having really good straight tall posture when you're stretching is often helpful because it helps to create it helps to accentuate the attachment point of a muscle and then anchors over. So it's not really helpful if, say, your shoulder was forward and you're slouched over. You're not going to get as much of that stretch as if you were sitting up nice and tall and really creating a nice anchor for your stretch. So just remember that stretching doesn't mean being relaxed in your posture or body positioning. In fact, I think it really does make a difference if you're aware of how your posture is as you stretch. Okay, so let's take another nice big breath in, holding that left arm across the chest as close as you can to the chest as you can. Breathing and releasing. Good. Give yourself a little shoulder stretch. All right, so we're going to come back to kind of lower body and a little bit more core. This is more the low abs. So you can sit, depending on how, deep your chair is, you can sit about halfway with your thighs on the chair. A little further out makes it a little harder, and I have a very small chair, so it's hard for me to sit too far forward or I feel I'm going to fall forward. So find a spot that allows you to push your feet out in front of you with both feet together. If you can't readjust, so maybe sit forward or sit further back, just try not to lean your back against your chair. So put your feet together, zip them up real close, soles together. And then from here, core draws back. If you can, begin to bring your upper body back towards the chair seat. And you're going to feel your core begin to shake a little bit. So I'm only leaning back a tiny bit. I'm holding onto my chair. Keep your shoulders back and your chest open, chin free from the chest as well. Take a deep breath and a deep breath out. So you're already feeling a little bit of activation right here. Keep it squeezing. Nice little isometric hold. If you want to make it harder, you're going to have to squeeze that core, maybe bring those arms forward. And if this is too difficult, you can start with one foot extended, and then you can start with changing feet. So this is the easier version, that you just keep marching your feet very slowly. So don't recommend going really fast with your feet changing, but you would hold it for maybe 2 breaths. 1 breath in, 1 breath out, lower. So again, a little harder, feet together, even harder, arms off the chair. All right, from now you're probably thinking, let's stop talking and get to the next move because I am shaking. I get you. Let's place those feet down. Wiggle out your knees. Give them a wee break. All right, so let's get into some standing positions. So let's come up and move the chair to the top of your mat so that you're standing behind the top of your chair. So let's begin by holding on to the chair. We're going to warm up those legs a little bit. Let's take the left foot and step it back into a lunge. Keep your right knee on top of that ankle, your toes at the back. So it's really important. A lot of people find the lunge difficult because they think lunge just starts with both feet in different places with the heel down. But the difficult part is the heel has to be off. So step it back, come onto your toe, and that way you're a little off balance. This is where the chair comes in handy. So the hands can start on the chair. Sit up nice and tall, keep your shoulders over your hips. Now, if you want a little more difficult, the hands can come out in front, and then tilt your tailbone under your body, core is drawn in, and then maybe take a little dip down. This is where your hands on and that chair can be really helpful. And then come back up, dip down, come back up. Now, you don't have to go down very far. If this is enough for you, that's fine. If you want to go down a little lower, go ahead. If you want to be really, really exciting and touch your knee gently to the ground for a tap and come all the way up, you can also do that. So choose what depth of practice you want. Let's do a couple more. Last one. Here's where it's going to get really fun. We're going to pitch forward, hands solid on your chair. Now, you're going to keep your core nice and tight, shoulders back, look in front of you. Now, pop onto your right foot, left leg behind you. You're leaning forward, so your weight is pressing down on that chair. Now, knee towards the chair, extend. Knee towards the chair, extend. Again, core is strong, extend. Knee towards chair, extend. Knee towards chair, extend. Hold it here. Now, if this is really hard for you, put that foot down and take your opposite right hand up. Okay, first option. Second option, pitch forward a little more, lift that leg off the ground, come into a modified warrior position. So holding on to that chair, right arm, left leg, core is drawn in. Now notice I'm not in a complete warrior pose, I'm a little bit higher up. That's because it's modified. And then slowly place that foot down. Whew, my right leg is tired. Let's walk that left leg back into that lunge. Only thing that changes now is that the back leg turns off to the left about 45 degrees. So same thing, the right knee stays the same, left foot is slightly out. Notice that it's not, my toes are not way back here. They are slightly pointing towards the left corner of my mat. So come on up, put your hands on your hips, and then see if you can get your fingertips into your hip creases and gently pull your hips back. So you feel kind of your butt muscles, your glutes, moving together behind you. Okay, so just feel that out rotation, up and out. We want that. So in following, we want the right knee to be pointing more to the right, to the pinky toe. Same with the left knee, more to the pinky toe. All right, so now that we have our activation here, bring your core in, bring the right hand, left hand, forward and back. Okay, so this is warrior 2. You can always keep your right hand on the chair. Left hand opens up, comes forward. See how my legs do not move. You're bending only from the hips. I'm keeping my right arm on the chair and really pushing against the knife edge of my back foot. So this is side angle posture. Take a deep breath here. Deep breath out. Keeping it really strong in the legs. Keeping your breath moving. Now we're going to move with arms, left arm movement. So take your left arm in front of you, turn your chest down to the floor, bring your arm back, open your chest, look to the sky, and repeat. So look down and open. So the position of your chest is going to follow the rotation of your arm. Okay, so now I'm going down, the chest goes down towards the floor, arm moves back, so does the chest, and so forth. So you're going to feel a little bit of movement around your abdomen, around your low back and your hips. All right, let's come all the way back to our side angle pose. Come to warrior two, those arms straight. Take your arm, your left arm to the back leg, flip your right hand, and you're going to bring it up to the sky and lean back. You're going to use your bottom hand to support you with the back leg. Notice that my front knee has not moved at all. The legs stay the same. Nice and strong through the legs. Breath moving through the body, and then come forward. All right, let's straighten that front leg, heel toe your back foot in. Let's start over on the other side. So standing tall, take the right foot back. Doesn't have to be really far. Again, left knee should have a bend in it. Doesn't have to be 90 degrees, but that knee should be on top of the ankle and not jutting forward. Okay, should not be over your toes. Back toes are on the floor with the heel up. Look forward, squeeze your core in, tuck your tailbone under, and then when you're ready, hands on or off the chair, we're going to take a dip. Nice and slow and controlled. Notice that I'm going completely vertical. I'm not going forward with my descent. I'm only going up and down like an elevator. Couple more like this. You decide if you want to go down even lower and come back up, or you want to take a little shallow dip because this is just enough for your quads, just like so. No worries. Just keep moving. Even if it's just holding the lunge, if that's enough for you, feel free to do it. Last one. Come back, hands on your hips, turn your right toes out to the side, left knee still nice and bent. Now take the creases of your hands on the creases of your hips and pull your hips up and back so that your glutes meet together. All right, so from here, arms to the front and back of your mat, coming to warrior. Now think about your knees, draw them to your pinky toes. Don't let your knees collapse to your big toes. Take a deep breath looking forward. And exhale. Flip your back hand. Come forward, lean your elbow onto your chair, turn your chest to the right, and then bring your right arm up and over. Legs are strong, holding it here. Think about squeezing your right inner thigh towards your left hip crease. Kind of figure out what's going on right between those strong muscle groups. And let's take that arm down in front, turn the chest to the floor, bring it back, open the chest. Circle again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. A couple more like this. Last one. Come back to your warrior stance. Let's take a reverse warrior. Flip your front palm, bring it to the sky while bracing with your right hand, bottom leg. Take a deep breath in. Keep that left knee bent. Make sure you're not coming out of it. Nice and strong through those legs. Breathing freely. And then slowly bring the hands to a T. Bring your right foot in. Let's take a downward facing dog stretch. Hands to the chair, walk it back. So create like an upside down L with your body. So your arms are kind of in line with your hips, and then your hips are over your ankles. Let your chest drop, look down at the floor. Feel that stretch work its way into your back, underneath the arms, maybe in your hamstrings, depending on how straight or how bent your legs are. If you're tight in your hams like me, feel free to put a little bend in them, or if you're warm enough, try to straighten them, or pedal out your feet, bending one foot and straightening the other. Really your choice on how you want to make this down dog on a chair accessible to you. This is a really great back stretch, especially if you can't get out on the floor and put all your weight into your hands for a traditional downward facing dog. You can put your hands on a wall, a car, a chair like we're doing now, and get this lovely stretch in anywhere, anytime. Good, let's do one more. Right now I'm shifting my chest from side to side as I'm pedaling out, so it feels really good for each side of my back muscles, a little bit in each side of my hips. So again, feel free to play with any kind of variation that really feels good to your body. Let's pause, stretch it back one more time. Big breath in, big breath out. Sink those armpits down by pushing into your hands. Whew, that feels good. And then slowly help yourself up, pushing into your hands, your feet. And then take your time. Don't bring your head all the way up yet. Walk towards the chair, head down. And then when you're ready, if you don't feel dizzy, let your head come up. This time, take the hands up, overhead. Right hand to your hips. I'm going to turn so you can see me. Right hand to your hip, or you can turn and put your hand on the chair. Take your left hand up and over. Take another side bend. Maybe look up to the sky, breathing in, breathing out. Come all the way back up. Take the right hand up and over. Maybe put your left hand onto the side. Good. And you probably noticed I did forget one side of the lunge sequence. So we are just going to sneak that in. Turn back to your chair. We're going to step the right foot back. Come back to your little lunge. So after we did those dips, we were supposed to come forward. So put your hands on that chair. Get ready for a little lean forward, and then bring your right knee in to tap. Bring it back. So you're hinging forward. You're not all the way up in an upright position. So notice how my head and my heel are in a nice diagonal line, right? All right, from here, we're going to put that right foot down, and then maybe stay here with the left hand up, or pop it forward into a warrior three. Maybe come forward a little bit more. Breathing in, breathing out. And then slowly putting it down. All right, so we completed both sides. We are going to come back and have a seat. Grab your strap, place your feet on the floor, and take your strap, placing it forward. Let's start with pigeon pose. So your right foot is going to kick forward. Bend your knee and see if you can bring that ankle over your thigh. Let your knee drop. Even if it's high, don't worry about it. Just sit up tall and enjoy a little opening in that hip. If you like, lean forward. Make sure you spend the time to stretch. If you do know stretches at home that you've been doing, feel free to include them after this video is done, or come back to any of the stretches that we've been doing. If you were like, oh, that really helped an area that was stiff. The more yoga, the better. So if you feel like it, feel free to continue on afterwards. Let's come back up. Let's take that right foot forward onto the ground or a block. Now, sit up tall here. You're going to hinge forward, keeping your right leg straight. You're going to feel that stretch in the back of your thigh, the hamstring. And if you need to, you can stay high, or you can come down a little lower. If you feel like you could do more, you can hinge forward and let yourself rest against the left thigh. You can put your hands on the floor. You don't have to do any of those. You can always stay up a little higher. A lot of people prefer to be here or even up here because it's a really tight muscle, especially it gets shortened when the longer you sit in this 90-degree angle working all day, because you can see that nothing is happening to it. It's just shortened, and it gets tight. All right, let's come all the way up. Let's take the left foot into that strap, kick it forward, and get it ready for pigeon pose. So bend that knee, cross it over. You're using the strap to help keep this top leg over your bottom leg if it does not stay on its own. Like, I don't really need to use it, but if you find that, oh, it's really hard to keep that leg anchored, just use that strap to keep it hoisted up comfortably, and then everything else can relax. Feel free to come forward or to stay upright, depending on how it feels for your hip, your glutes, and your back, right? Big breath in, big breath out. One more inhale and exhale. Slowly come up, straighten that left leg, put the heel on the ground or a block. Keep that leg straight, hinge forward by walking your hands down that strap, maybe resting your right arm on that thigh, left hand on the shin, or walking yourself further down if your body allows. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. Exhale, round forward. Continue taking long, big breaths through your spine, filling up and exhaling. Last time, inhale and exhale. Come all the way up nice and slow. You can put that strap away. We're just going to take one nice little squeeze. So we're just going to lift up nice and tall, hinge forward, and bring the tummy onto the thighs. Wrap your arms underneath your legs. Bow your head. Now, if this doesn't work for you, feel free to keep your hands on a block or hands on your shins or the back of your calves, and just turn into a little ball. Take a deep breath out. Another way you can do this, if you sometimes feel there is too much going on with some of our body parts squishing each other, I know that happens. Don't feel bad about it. Make adjustments. You can start with wider legs. You can hang out like this. You can bring your hands to the floor or a block, okay? So I just want to show you different ways you can do this if sometimes you feel defeated, sometimes by different body shapes and sizes. I want to encourage you that there's lots of different ways we can do this. We can do different poses. And if you have any questions or comments about how to accommodate a pose to your own body, please shoot me a comment or a message. I'd love to chat with you about it. Slowly come on up, whichever way you've come into your forward bend. Bring your feet together and come into our last pose, Shavasana, with our feet out in front and the back against the chair. Finally, you can take a load off, let yourself relax, bring those toes out so you're holding nothing in those quads, and let those shoulders be soft. I encourage you now to close your eyes and take a few moments here. Breathing deeply, acknowledging the work you were able to do with your body, enjoying that movement, the warmth, and that stillness between the body, breath, and mind. Please feel free to continue with your Shavasana. From here, I will just leave you with a word to encourage, to feel light, to let go. May you have this with you today in your thoughts, words, and heart. Namaste.